Today we're solving problem 23 from the Spring Amc 10A from 2021. Frida the frog begins a sequence of hops on a 3x3 grid of squares, moving on one square on each hop and choosing at random the direction of each hop, up, down, left, or right. She does not hop diagonally. When the direction of a hop would take Frida off the grid, she wraps around and jumps to the opposite edge. For example, if Frida begins in the center square and makes 2 hops up, the first hop would place her in the top row middle square, and the second hop would cause Frida to jump to the opposite edge, landing in the bottom row middle square. Suppose Frida starts from the center square, makes at most 4 hops at random, and stops hopping if she lands on a corner square. What is the probability she reaches a corner square on one of the 4 hops? So I've drawn out this grid of squares, and we can start by labeling everything. Let's just start by labeling the corner squares as C. And I'm just going to do this to make it easier to calculate the probabilities later. Now, all these other squares, I'll just do M since this is the middle. And all these other squares can be E to represent edge, but not on the corner. Now, the problem says that she starts from M and cannot go diagonally. That means she cannot just do 1 hop like this. She has to go either like this. So, yeah. And it's also saying if she goes up to E here and then tries to go up again, she hops down to this bottom one. It's kind of like the principle in Pac-Man where you go to left, you end up on this side, you go here, and then you end up here. Okay. So, what we want to do is first find out how many ways she can get to the corner square. So, for every letter labeled, I'm just going to make it a direction. Well, her first hop has to start out an E. It doesn't matter which one, but as soon as she hops to an E, let's say this one, she has 2 probabilities to go to a corner square. So, the first configuration to go to a corner square is EC. Okay? The second configuration is where she goes to E, then she hops to this E or another E that's like on this side, on the other side where it should take 2 hops. EC, like EEC, and the third hop is EE. So once you do 2 E's, you get here if you choose the top one. Now you can go back to this E and then go to a C. That's at max 4 hops at max. There's still one more we haven't considered. All these just consist of E's and C's, but there's one that consists of an M. It has to hop to an E on the first hop. If it hops back to the M, then back to an E, then it hops to a C. That's also a way. Now we can just calculate all these probabilities and add them up. The probability of EC, well, the probability of going on an E is 1. Because she cannot hop diagonally, she can only hop all of these 4 E's. So it's going to be 1 times the probability of a C. Suppose she hops up, there's 2 ways to do it, so times 1/2. Similarly, the first one is always going to be 1, but when you get to the second E, there's going to actually be 4 ways to do this because it's going to be up, left, right, down. So 1/4, then there's always 2 ways to do C, so 1/2. EEEC, this is 1 times 1/4, then you get back times 1/4, and then times 1/2. Now EMEC, this is 1 times 1/4, since there's a 1/4 probability of going back to the middle. Then in E, this is times 1, because you have to always go to an E square whenever you're starting from the middle. And then C, that's just 1/2. So these are all the probabilities. We can calculate all this, 1/2. Then for EEC, this is 1/8. Then for EEEC, this is 1/32. And for EMEC, this is 1/8. So what you will get when you add up these up is 6/8 plus 1/32. That's what I did to make it a lot easier. But you can still add these up. What you get is a denominator of 32 and a nominator of 25. So this is our answer.